Season 4 of Fortnite Battle Royale has finally arrived, and it's brought with it a whole bunch of new changes to the game. From Hop Rocks to the giant crater where Dusty Depot used to be, it got us all thinking, just what else can Fortnite actually bring to the table this season? Through the help of data mining and official updates from Fortnite themselves, we might just be able to tell you. Hey guys, Arcade Cloud here, and today we're counting down our list of the top 10 things Fortnite will probably add to Battle Royale. If you're new to our channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with some friends. It's free. Number 10, the FNP-90. The FNP-90 is a rare machine pistol weapon that has been found in Fortnite Battle Royale's files. Apparently, it's a gun that fires at a very high rate and will be most effective when used to throw down a whole load of damage up close at the unfortunate cost of burning through ammo really quickly. While the gun is built for close range, the description in the files say it's also pretty accurate to use in mid-ranges if the gun is fired in short controlled bursts. At the moment, the submachine guns in the game are pretty pathetic. Currently, there's only the tactical submachine gun and the suppressed submachine gun, and both of those are pretty bad. The shotguns in the game just outclass them completely because they can kill in a single headshot, while submachine guns need multiple hits on an enemy to be able to take them out. Hopefully Epic Games will finally have figured out their SMG problem, and when they add the P90 into the game, hopefully I'll have a smile on my face whenever I pull one of these out of a chest instead of a grimace. A chest is probably going to be the most likely place to find these weapons too, considering the lowest rarity of the gun in the files is rare, with 3 more tiers above that all with different damage values. It would suck to just have another crappy gun clogging up the chest pool, so here's hoping the FNP-90 is just seriously awesome. Number 9, Zipline. The Zipline is probably going to do exactly what you imagine it to do. There isn't much information on it in the files at the moment, just a picture of a coiled up rope and a description reading Zipline. But despite that, we can actually figure out what it's meant to do, because, I mean, come on, it's a zipline. In other games and movies, ziplines are always used to get from a high up area to a low down area in incredibly quick fashion, so that's probably exactly what this item is going to be used for. I'm not sure exactly how Epic Games expects its players to set this item up, because surely it would need both a beginning and an endpoint, which seems tricky to place when I think about it considering Epic's current building tools. But at the same time, it could be really awesome. With how vertical some points of the map like Tilted Towers and Dusty Divot are, it would be really awesome to be able to speedily zipline down into the crater or across from building to building. It would completely change how people move around certain areas of the map. Number 8, Hammer Crush. What would you get if a crazy mad scientist took an assault rifle, a shotgun, and then mashed the two of them together into some unholy abomination? It's a question that I don't really find myself asking that often, but now that I've asked it, I sort of really want to know the answer. Luckily for me and anyone out there who's now wondering the exact same thing, Fortnite Battle Royale has an answer. The mad scientists at Epic Games have basically taken an AK-47 and an automatic shotgun and then made some sort of absolutely insane combo weapon. In the files, this thing is described as a slug gun that has high damage, accuracy, and impact, but also fires really slowly and consumes multiple rounds per shot. What this all means is that the Hammer Crush is going to be an assault rifle class weapon capable of sending huge amounts of damage downrange, with the slight caveat of only being able to fire one shot at a time pretty slowly and also consuming a lot of ammo. When I look at this gun and think about the general concept behind the weapon, I actually think of the Black Ops 2 KSG quite a bit. In that game, the KSG fired a single slug shot round. Basically, it was a single hit high damage weapon that could take people out at insane ranges like a sniper rifle, but with all the handling benefits that a shotgun has. A weapon like that would be pretty cool in Fortnite, if not a bit hard to balance. I mean, the shotguns are already pretty strong as is. Yeah, I'm looking at you, pump action headshots. Number 7, Slow Grenade. When you first hear the term slow grenade, you might think of a bomb that moves really slowly through the air, and then you probably would wonder why you would ever want to use it. Well, the slow grenade found in Fortnite Battle Royale's files isn't anything like that. In the files, it says that the slow grenade would just create a zone of slow motion for all nearby players, implying that this is a grenade that would literally slow down time for those inside of it. I guess you could think of the slow grenade as something that's a little bit like the boogie bomb, but instead of making people dance all over the place, it makes them move incredibly slowly. This means they'd still be able to react and fire back, only they wouldn't be able to do so as quickly as normal. What's really weird about this item is that there's actually 2 different entries for the slow grenade in the files at the moment, and they both look incredibly different. One of the designs looks like it's come straight out of some sort of steampunk game made with old and worn out materials, while the other design looks all high-tech and sleek. Who knows which design they'll go for in the future or how strong this grenade will be. I just feel like Epic should probably be careful when adding items to the game that have such a powerful effect. Like, I'm pretty sure anyone who gets hit by this thing probably has a pump action shotgun shot to the face in their future. Number 6, Explosive Crossbow. The crossbow that's currently in Fortnite is pretty much completely trash, as with most crossbows in most video games. In fact, it's so trash that Epic Games have recently placed the weapon in the vault, meaning that people can no longer play with it at all. Good riddance. None of the weapons that have so far gone into the vault have come back out to tell the tale, but we think they've removed the crossbow to make way for something a little bit different different: the explosive crossbow. Unlike the version of the crossbow that's so recently been removed from the game, this weapon is probably going to give your enemies a little bit of an explosive surprise. That's because it's, well, an explosive crossbow, you know? I would imagine that this weapon will function a lot like the explosive crossbow from Call of Duty Black Ops. That weapon was a single bolt explosive weapon which fired a Semtex tipped arrow. This arrow could stick to enemies or to walls before exploding with a pretty powerful blow. At the moment, we don't know if these explosives will be as potent as a rocket launcher, small and controlled like a C4, or somewhere in the middle like the newly introduced Klinger grenades, but another way to destroy forts from the distance is always welcome, considering we currently only really have the grenade launcher and the rocket launcher for that. When the explosive crossbow is added to the game, we'll be able to blow up forts from a distance and with stealth, which might just be what we need to speed up the end game from being a little bit of a campy building fest. Number 5. Mimic and Mimic Bomb. Ever since I started playing Fortnite, I've been worried about one thing and one thing only being added to the game: mimics. For those of you that don't know, in many games over the years, lootable chests have served a secondary and much more sinister purpose. They've also had the chance of being mimics. Like normal chests, you can interact with these mimics, they allow you to open them up before brutally revealing themselves by attacking you. In Fortnite, a mimic would act in much the same way, and it looks like they might just be on the horizon. In the files, two types of mimic have been found: the standard mimic and the mimic bomb. The standard mimic shoots a celebratory bottle rocket into the sky and is an item that's consumed on use. Basically, you put this item down on the ground, someone comes along and interacts with it, and then it shoots up some kind of flare to alert you that someone's just interacted with that chest, which immediately lets you know where someone is. The mimic bomb works in a bit different of a way. Instead of direct interaction with this mimic, all the player needs to do is walk near it. If an enemy comes in range, the mimic bomb will immediately explode, dealing damage to that enemy. Number 4. Golden Ticket. This one is definitely one of the more interesting and definitely one of the more controversial items that have been found in the files of Fortnite Battle Royale: the Golden Ticket. According to the files, this item is a one-use consumable, and it would actually let you redeploy in the battle bus as if it were the beginning of the game. Now, I don't know what Epic Games are thinking, because this item sounds seriously overpowered. Like, how are you ever meant to balance something like that? The ability to loot one area and then if you find a golden ticket, literally fly around from another battle bus would be insane. Like, you could literally go anywhere you want. Of all the items that have been leaked from the files of Fortnite Battle Royale, this is probably the one I would never want to actually come true. Number 3. Vehicles. Ever since Season 3 began, there have been shopping carts positioned all over the map. Seems pretty strange, right? Well, it turns out all of those shopping carts were actually being added into the game for a reason, and that is they might actually soon become vehicles. Now, I know what you're thinking. I must be crazy, right? Fortnite would never actually add vehicles into the game. Well, maybe I'm not so crazy after all, because around 3 months ago, an Epic developer posted on Reddit that they may be bringing vehicles to the game, but only if they were unique or hilarious and function alongside getting people from A to B. Well, using a shopping cart to get around would be pretty hilarious, and files in the game do indeed imply that you might be able to drive them at some point in the future. With additions to the game like Hop Rocks and the much talked about jetpack, is it really so hard to believe that Epic might add drivable shopping carts into the game? Especially since it would be so funny. I mean, come on, riding a shopping cart would be pretty hilarious and functional too, because it would let you bring more items around the map. Number 2. Backpack. Speaking of bringing more items around the map, have you ever felt that your inventory is just a little too small and that you can't ever really choose between certain weapons in a time of crisis? Yeah, me too, which is why I was really intrigued when I saw that Epic Games had actually referenced a backpack in the files. Backpacks have been a part of PUBG since the release, but this is something that Fortnite hasn't tried yet. Now, we have no idea what the backpack would actually do in terms of increasing your inventory space, only that it would increase it somehow. It might be 1 slot, it might be 2 slots, it could even be 3, but it would definitely make the choice between a shotgun, a sniper, and a rocket launcher a little bit easier to manage. Number 1. An Android version of the mobile game. Fortnite Battle Royale is currently available to play on PS4, Xbox One, PC, and iPhone. Or iPad, I guess. The only platform of note that the game isn't currently available for is Android devices. Well, Android devices and the Switch, but we'll be focusing on the former today. We've always known that an Android version of the game would eventually be coming, and we just don't know when it'll be here. After the iPhone version of the game launched, Epic Games released a statement saying that they were actively working on the Android version and that we could expect it within a few months. Well, with that in mind, and considering how much cash Epic has made from the iPhone version of the game, the chances are that an Android version is just around the corner. And there you have it, our list of the top 10 things Fortnite will add to Battle Royale. Do you agree? Did we miss something? Let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe for more great videos from Arcade Cloud on Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Take care and game on.